The parable of the talents. For the kingdom of heaven is like a man traveling to a far country who called his own servants and delivered his goods to them. And to one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to each according to his own ability. And immediately he went on a journey. Then he who had received the 5 talents went and traded with them and made another 5 talents. And likewise he who had received 2 gained 2 more also. But he who had received 1 went and dug it in the ground and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants came and settled accounts with him. So he who had received 5 talents came and brought 5 other talents, saying, Lord, you delivered to me 5 talents. Look, I have gained 5 more talents besides them. His Lord said to him, well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of the Lord. He also who had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, you delivered to me 2 talents. Look, I have gained 2 more talents besides them. His Lord said to him, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of the Lord. Then he who had received 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you have not sown, and gathering where you have not scattered seed. And I was afraid and went and hid your talent in the ground. Look, there you have what is yours. But his Lord answered and said to him, you wicked and lazy servant, you knew I reap where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed. So you ought to have deposited my money with the bankers, and at my coming I would have received back my own with interest. So take the talent from him and give it to him who has 10 talents. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will have an abundance. But from him who does not have, even what he has will be taken away. And cast the unprofitable servant into the outer darkness. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So this parable is talking about a ruler who went off and expected his servants to multiply what was given and bestowed upon them. It's talking about money, and a lord would be a ruler. That's why Jesus Christ is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And it's a metaphor that's comparing this situation to us, because he is the Lord of Lords. We are his servant, and he has given us talents. He has given us value, innate value inside of us. And whatever you may have, if it be 1 talent, if it be whatever God has bestowed upon you or given you, it's important that you utilize it and you use what God has given you for the glory of his name. And to him who has an abundance, more would be added unto him, because he's in motion and he's utilizing it, and you're guaranteed to make more profit with the profitable servant who is in motion and utilizing everything that God has given him. That's why the person who has 10 talents, who is in motion, who is utilizing them and digging up from the wells to distribute them accordingly, God will add more unto that person and make them a ruler over many. Why so? Because it's not being casted away. So really, this is just a parable to utilize the value, the talents, the abilities, the treasure, the gold that God has put within you. Even if it be 1 talent, make sure that you utilize that talent. And I'm sure if there is zeal, if there is a hunger, those who thirst for righteousness will be filled. Those who desire spiritual gifts, the Lord will be there to meet their faith, to add unto them accordingly. The God we serve will respond to the demand that you put on him. And it's important that you utilize these different facets and these different avenues that God has put and bestowed within you, because it's glorifying his name even more in different capacities, in different realms, in different spheres. And that's what God wants you to do. These abilities that God has put within you aren't just little daydreams or passions. No, it's what God has ingrained inside of your DNA. And you don't want to be the wicked servant who says, Lord, I knew you to be a hard man, who keeps it dormant, who buries it, and who's an unprofitable servant. God put put it within you so you could dig it up and use that talent to push forth the gospel or to push forth the agendas of God with the skillfulness, with the talent that God has given you. And the more you work something, the more it's gonna unfold and be profitable, where you yourself will have return from it, which can be many different things. He who waters will be watered himself. This is watering people. Therefore, I will be watered myself in a season. With diligence, there is plenty. Doorways, keys, opportunities. Things grow when you begin to sow. And that's one thing I need you to know.